What's up, y'all? My name is Aaron Mallory, aka MrLetGo. And earlier today, I was just looking at a football game, minding my own business, and something very interesting occurred to me about dating and relationships while looking at this football game. You gotta hear this. All right, before we get started, the reason why you should actually subscribe to my channel is because I teach people how to let go of emotional attachment issues. And guess what? Most of us have those issues. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button before this video even starts, because you're going to forget. Hit the like button. Back to the story. I was just sitting back looking at a football game, and one of the players got hurt on the field, right? And it was one of my favorite players. And the first thing I thought to myself, like, damn, not again. This dude always getting hurt. And I felt mad instead of sad for the guy who got hurt. And then seconds after I was thinking about that, the commentator kind of said the same thing. Well, this guy, he keeps getting hurt. There's a possibility that this may be his last year playing for this team because he keeps getting hurt. And I thought about something. A person who always gets hurt in relationships is less valuable than somebody who isn't always getting hurt in relationships. How can this help you? If you are a person, male or female, who always find themselves getting heartbroken, getting upset, and hurt in relationships, you are actually less valuable to the dating market. Why? Because the more you get hurt, the more of a tendency that you get hurt again. Just imagine in football, you tear your ACL or you break your arm or something like that, right? One, you got to wait for that arm or your ACL to heal. And two, that ACL isn't necessarily going to be the same once you get back on the field. And the same thing goes with your heart. If you keep finding yourself getting heartbroken over and over and over again, one, your choices in the opposite sex is trash, but two, you're traumatized. Imagine a defensive player who broke his whole collarbone like a month ago or 2 months ago or whatever. Every time he gets ready to go in and tackle somebody with that same shoulder, what do you think he's going to think about? He's going to be thinking like, whoa, I don't know if I want to tackle this guy the way I usually tackle this guy because I don't want to get hurt again. The same thing with that person who keeps getting hurt over and over again in relationships. They don't want to get hurt again, so they don't give the next relationship their all. They hold back. Do you see the correlation between the two? So for some reason, as women versus men, just like I said about this football game, when a man keeps getting hurt, whether it's football or whether it's a friend, I'm going to start looking at him like, bro, go sit down somewhere. He's less valuable, even as a friend, because I'm going to start looking at him as a bad decision maker. Because sadly, in football, in relationships, even in driving, if you get in a car accident and then you get in another car accident, you are looked at by the insurance company like, yo, you're less valuable. We might want to just drop this person because they keep getting in accidents. Even though people keep hitting them, you know, you start seeming like the person who just is in the wrong place at the wrong time all the time. So whether it's car accidents, whether it's relationships, or whether it's football, if you find yourself always having that pity party about how somebody hurt you and this person did you wrong, you may be getting empathy from your friends, especially women. You know, women just love when somebody gets hurt or something like that. They'll crowd around each other and start having a pity party for the person. But at the end of the day, you're actually showing pity for a person that you may need to be showing the door to. Because if one of my friends keeps getting hurt by the opposite sex, it's a possibility that they're not going to be my friend. Just like the insurance company would possibly drop that person from insurance coverage, even if other people are hurting them. So what exactly does this have to do with you, and how can you learn from it? Well, the person who's always getting hurt most likely is making the worst choices, because if you put yourself in a great, healthy, fun, positive environment, most likely you're not going to get hurt by the environment. See, it's not just about men and women in relationships, it's our environment. Like, for example, a guy who keeps going to jail all the time, that's his environment, right? A dude who's selling drugs, or a dude who's in a gang, or a dude who's robbing folks. Do you think he's getting sent to jail over and over again for no reason? I ain't going to jail all the time. Ladies in particular, when your friend is always finding herself being hurt by the guy she's dating, kick her to the curb. She's a bad friend. Why? Because she's just like the gang member who keeps getting shot or going to jail. You're putting yourself in bad situations, or you're choosing bad people to be around, or both. So going back to this, because I hope I didn't lose somebody. When a person finds themselves getting hurt all the time, that person is less valuable to you as a friend and the dating market, because the more trauma that person goes through, the more reluctant they're going to be to really live their lives, because it's always going to be a fear of being hurt. They're not going to trust this person. They're not going to want to go out. They're going to want to stay in the house. There's a fear, just like the guy who broke his collarbone. He's going to have a deep-rooted fear of doing what he needs to do when he's on the field. And people like coaches are going to pay attention to him, and he's going to get cut. But when you got a friend that keeps going through all this stuff, you keep them and you show empathy to them. But at the end of the day, that person is less valuable to you in the dating market. And some of y'all might be the ones I'm talking about. You're the person that's getting hurt all the time. I want to ask you this. Why do you find yourself getting hurt all the time? Should you get dropped by your friends or anybody else around you because you keep getting hurt? Are you putting yourself in bad environments? Are you choosing the wrong men or women over and over again? Because there's dudes out here who keep letting the same things happen to him over and over again. He gets used by this girl. He gets used by that girl. Well, he's simply a bad judge of character. And then the woman, of course, y'all already know. You get with this guy and you find out he's a loser. But most likely you knew he was a loser in the beginning, because you're also a bad judge of character. So we got to be careful of these people who keep finding themselves in bad situations over and over again. We don't need to have that person as a friend. And if you're that actual person, I would say seek some therapy or some coaching. I actually have a coaching group. If you think I can possibly help, because some people aren't necessarily ready to go sit down with a therapist and, talk about their lives. So if there's a possibility that I can help, right up under this video, there's a link where you can schedule a one-on-one with me. If you're that person or your friend is that person, it's not necessarily natural, and there's something going on that needs to be taken care of. If this video helped you, make sure to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and follow me on Instagram at IM_MrLetGo. My old Instagram page got hacked, and some of you may think you're following me, but that page got hacked. So follow my new Instagram page, IM_MrLetGo. And don't forget to like the video.